Yo, Top, I know you hear that steady going off on your hip. Man, won't you catch that and call me back?
Man, that's Tamika, man. I'm still trying to get rid of that broad.
Man, I met a Tamika about 2 summers ago. 2 years ago, I met Tamika, I think the middle of July. I can't lie, the first time I saw her, she was looking fly. Matter of fact, I was getting let me get some she was Optimo.
too.
I kept playing ass girl. Say, what you about to do? Went to the counter, paid the ass 5D. She started looking funny. Didn't pay no mind. I said, I got you, and pulled out my money. Step back outside with conversation. I'm checking out little mama. Had a session in the studio, so I got Tamika's number. 2 months passed. I called on the Tuesday, 2:30 on the cool. T. Jones answered and said Tamika has made home from school. School. Ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your daughter?
Met baby girl in the projects, it was summertime. Daisy Dukes with a halter top. Duke your brace talking DUI. Knuckle down, I'm pulling over to the curb. I asked how old she was, she said I was grown. I said word, proceed with ego feed. Quoting lyrics from my people, talking about the millennium sold out Cadillacs and Regals. Her whole conversation was about the lick. Say she from the city where we from, she want to represent. Licking her lips, and for a sip, smoking black and mild. Looking at her thigh, she pointed out, tatted stepchild. You with that? Represent that. Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
She'll get caught up in a cycle, hollering at a pimp. Her mama standing in the door, signaling, come here. Sundress, hair done in cornrows, contacts make her look Creole. She said she done look Benny hair once or twice before. I recognized the face, she said I dance, I know. I told him, come on, both of them, let's go. Tamika, look.
People think Tamika tripping now, cause Tamika stripping now. But Tamika ain't crazy now, Tamika got a little baby now. She learned too much early, everybody know what Tamika. When she was 15, her mother was 30, everybody know what Tamika. I ain't mad at you, just be careful and do what you do. Tamika, take care of that hard-headed son and get your revenue.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Look at you looking like that today. Look, mama, hey, what's your name?
Tamika.
Quit looking at me like that, baby girl. They say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood. Look at you looking like that today. Look, mama, hey, what's your name?
Tamika.
Quit looking at me like that, baby girl. They say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass mate.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
I watched this boy, Rick. He used to come by and lend me $1 here, 50 cents down. He was all right, you know. He would never let me 5, though, you know. He let me have them twos and fews, you know. So I felt for the boy. I went over there talking to him. And he ignorant. Because I sit down and talk to him, and he don't let him get none of that powder in his nose. That's like trying to talk to a baboon bear. I talked to the boy 7 days and 7 nights. He was still on the same subject. Where can I get some more?
Next rhyme, storylines about a friend of mine. I guess we'll call him Lil Johnny this time. Now Lil Johnny lived a life of a hard knock, have he didn't feel her till she got sprung on that glass dick. Now trials and tribulations, dangerous, sad faces, dodging cases. He won't know walk away from the game. There's only one problem. He loving paper, expensive lifestyle, shopping daily, living wild. Got homies he came up with from day one, they won't let him down. My dated paper chasing, living only for money making. But Section 8 project brawls, they got him aggravated. Dry season, they cut through homies, they're waiting, they all up on him. That 201 Hummer, he packed his gat up in his bummer. Having suicidal thoughts, hiding out up in funky town. Got killers head away by the pound. Now can they get down? See drama, look company, that shit like misery. It's killer bee, especially when you thought they your friends, but they're enemies. Johnny popped the cop, trying to take him for what he got. A stepchild be real on the block. Papoose, what you got? Say what you got, baby. What you got? I tell y'all what. Say, man, make a block. Yeah, make a block, man. Yeah, make a block. Say what you need. No, make a block. Make a block, man. Yeah. Say, man, who's the white boy? What's up with that? Nah, you know we don't fuck with that. Nah, he ain't that kind of party. He ain't that kind of party. Say, ain't that. Make a block. Yeah. That was you. I ain't got nothing. Yeah. So you see that brick right there? Yeah. Pick that up. Yeah, pick that up. Right. Leave your money over there with that hoe. Yeah. Pick that up. Yeah, leave your money right there. Yeah. Right.
Relax, baby, in this bitch.
Started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toes flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no. You forever my dog. I can't never turn my back on you, I can't at all. You always there when I need you, when I pass the ball. Can't sleep without you at home taking PM Tylenol. You the bag to my paper when we blow it off. Still bumps on my body when I'm thinking of you. You got the juice, you do something to me when you not in the room. Back to take out, will you be there when I make it? Need you on my side, I started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toe flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no. You forever my dog.
They said time heals everything. You get mad, go through my phone, trip over anything. You tripping over the studio, that's the only time I spend. From the trenches, I was taught to get it how I live. Grinding to build a legacy for my 5 kids. My apologies for wrong I did. The more I learn about myself, the stronger I feel no matter what. When you need me, I'm here.
Started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toes flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no. You forever my dog.
Yeah.
All right, brother, records.
Yo, what's up, Dollar Man? What's up, man? Want you let your boo know what's going on down there in the 214, you know what I'm saying? Everybody been coming out with their stuff, you know what I'm talking about? We hearing from everybody. We wanna know what's going on down there in D-Town, you know what I'm talking about? Where them real thugs at, you know what I'm talking about? Where them boys at, you know what I'm talking about? Want you let your boos know what's going on? Holla at us one time, you know what I'm talking about? Give me something, where you at, boy?
Here's your 411 on that 214. Y'all dial 911 if my shit don't blow. A pioneer with this rap as far as Dallas concerned. With gold grills, with our boots, with plenty money to burn. The last man to hit the door and I be the last man standing. I'll be there when the deal go down cause I done applied it and planned it. You got to spread your hustle. It ain't about just flexing your muscle. Cause when the folks get at your ass, you ain't got nothing but trouble. You got the dip switch ride, put the game in overdrive. Premeditation thoughts and moves, the only way you survive. Game recognized game, so what's up, baby? Say what you need, yeah, it's all gravy. Internet, interstate, don't give a damn what it takes. I got to have it, going to get it, coming back this way. A heavyweight nigga now, Mr. Shot Caller. And now no shit jump off in Dallas unless I call it.
Aight. Yeah, we feeling you, you know what I'm saying? But now what you tell your boo well on money hustlers that you know what I'm talking about, got to have it, them paper chasers, you know what I'm talking about, eat money for breakfast, you know what I'm talking about, all about their money on that hustle every day from sunset to sunrise, you know what I'm talking about, open your eyes and see what's really going on, bring it to them, where they at?
What's happening? What's happening, y'all? What's going down, man? Welcome to another terrific Top Dollar Tuesday, man. Another day that the Lord done made, man. How y'all been doing, man? It's your boy, Mr. 214, 21 Joe, 214, however they want to cut it and slice it and dice it. They know what it is with me. Yeah, D-Town representative, black and unapologetic. I'm me. I'm just me. Uh, Everything that I discuss as far as the news, uh, it's just my opinion. You know, I'm just basing my opinion on it. But now this black history that I go into, that's factual. Y'all Google it. It might spark some conversations between you and your family. It might give you some time, some time that you might need that you don't get on a regular basis with your kids. Now I'm gonna start. My first one I'm gonna tell y'all is in 1905. W.E. Du Bois and William Monroe Trotter, they founded the Nigeria movement. Now, that's the predecessor to the NAACP. Now, I brought that up because everybody knows what the NAACP is, but nobody knows or don't really hear about the Niagara movement, you know, and it was named after where they was, you know, where they was meeting at Niagara Falls. So let that be known. Now, of course, it lasted about 10 or 15 years, but they had, you know, small funding, just a few black people, you know, trying to put in and make it happen. So it didn't really jump like it needed to jump. And so W. Du Bois went on and got some more funding, and they turned it to the NAACP, but they put the wrong hand in it, I believe. And that's why it never really materialized to this day. You know, it stands for something, but it does nothing. And when I say does nothing, I mean for the masses, for all of us. You know what I mean? Uh, if it's the NAACP, if it's a black organization, an all black run organization, then it should be about black business. We have nowhere to where it's about black business, where you can go in, they understand where you're at and where you're trying to go. We have no loans like that. All we have is typical loans. And we don't get the breaks that these other people get. You know what I mean? We don't get the free business loans and the free college loans and all that. We don't get that. But we are considered foreigners here. This is not our home soil. But for many Americans, they feel like I ain't never been to Africa, so how you gonna tell me I'm from Africa? So y'all need to keep that in mind. In 1905 now, W. Du Bois now, him and his partner, Mr. Trotter, they founded the Niagara movement. Now, that was before the NAACP, 1905. That in your cap and let it soak for a minute. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is people think that Tuskegee was the first all-black city, you know, in America and this and that and another. Allensworth, California was an all-black township and the first of its kind. Now, this township was founded in 1908. All black, self-sufficient,
Home running stores, schools, hospitals, businesses, doctors, everything, all black. But now, as the years went on, they got about 300-400 families there, and then they start getting what, poison in the water, arsenic or something all down off in the water. And so by 1976, it's kind of like, it's hollow. Now, nobody stays there. And it's vacant, and it's like for public park. It's for public. You know, you can go see it. It's a historical landmark. So that's from 1908 to 1976, y'all. Yeah, Allensworth, California. Now, the people up in Cali, they already know. Because, you know, it's kind of like us down here with the Juneteenth thing. But I'm just putting it out there so we can understand that we've been trying to do this. We keep coming up short for different reasons. And it's not always because they come kill us. But in all of these instances, they have came and killed us. Keep that in your mind. And I do mean keep it right there fresh. Now, the next Black History fact, guys. Now, this one is a good one. Lincoln University was the first historical black university to grant out degrees to African Americans. You did. I mean, they had some show enough scholars come down through there. You know, the civil rights veteran, Christopher Fleetwood. He was the class of 1860. 1860. Yeah, slavery was still going on. Y'all keep that in mind. Okay, poet, Langston Hughes. That was the class of 1929. And then, you know, Thurgood Marshall, the Supreme Court judge. That was the class of 1930. And you see the difference in what they did. It's not like everybody was a judge or all of them was in the military or everybody was an inventor or a poet. Those are just different ways that you can make a difference, where you can make a change. But you got to apply yourself. You got to be about your business. You know what I mean? Your business has got to be your business. You can't be BSing. You got to knuckle down. You got to pull that book closer to you. You got to pay attention. Because that brain is a muscle. And if you work that muscle out, it get bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you don't, it deteriorates. You start to misplace and stuff, forgetting stuff. You know what I mean? Can't really remember what you were doing, why you were doing it. Hell, sometimes you be driving and just miss your exit. You know where the hell you're going, but you thinking you're going somewhere else because you go that road all the time. That's from lack of brain, you know, working on it. Every day, y'all, for this now, need to learn something. Every day you live, you need to learn something. You need to choose to wake up and learn something. Every day that you're alive, learn something that you didn't know. And I mean that, just keep it pushing. That's just food for thought. Now, the next Black History fact is Thurgood Marshall was a Supreme Court, you know, justice, you know, the judge. But he started at home with his dad. You know, his dad was a railroad worker, but he used to take him and his brothers to court, and they would sit and watch the trials, you know, go to court, just sit in there, you know, and watch them. And then he come home, his mom, you know, they would play games. Like I'm telling y'all, we need to engage with them, play games, but education was so important to the parents. And that's something that I want to talk about in this little part right here. But see, his parents taught him the Constitution and the importance of the rule of law. Not who's in charge, not what color, the rules of law. See, you have to abide by the laws of the land. It's in all your good books, it's in everything. You got to pay attention. So education was important to the parents, so it was important to the kids. You understand? But if it's not important to the parents, it's not going to be important to the kids. See, you got to put time in. You get out of it what you put in it. Y'all remember that now. And I mean, and that's just basic life one-on-one. You get out of it what you put in. Everybody want to know why it don't work or why this don't work because you half-assing it. Great idea, but you half-assing it. You got to put the work in. You got to make sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's and you put the work in, guys. These Black History topics that I'm giving y'all is just a little food to chew on. Just a little something to get you started, to get you going. You know what I mean? To make it happen for you. To make it 100, really real. The way you be like, yeah, well, you know, from the super soaker, you know what I mean? Just something like a water gun. It ain't brain surgery. You know what I mean? It's you know, but you can invent, you can think. See, he didn't invent the water gun. He invented the super soaker. Now, my next Black History fact is just one for fun. And you know, these girls, they do their eyelashes now. You know, and they put them on there, and I call them Betty Bop eyelashes. Well, we was at school, and I'm telling one of the girls that Betty Bop, you know, that was a black girl stage name. Yeah, Miss Esther Jones. Now that was her. She had the little eyelashes on, the short hair, do the little skin tight dress. You know what I mean? But she performed. You know, she was a performer. So with that being said, they stole her little old thing and put it out there. She tried to come back and sue, but you know, back then you can't really sue. You know, we don't have all the patents that I'm telling y'all we have. Patents mean creations, things that we've created. Imagine how much of it was lost. Imagine how much of it was took. How much of it was stole. Think about that. Because, you know, I'm taking y'all back 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900. You get where I'm coming from? So when you start looking at where you at in time and what's going on, who getting credit for, that's what people mean when they say, man, they stealing our ideas. Well, I want my daddy records back. They stealing our ideas. Well, I want my daddy records back. How about that? Now, the next one is Benjamin Banneker. Now, he taught his damn self, you hear me, how to be astronomical and math and become the first black scientist. You dig what I'm saying? He taught himself because back then, you know, you couldn't really go to school and pick up their books and learn from their texts unless somebody got a book and brought it home and all that. He taught himself, man. Yeah, he taught himself. And he was the first black scientist. Now, when you think about that, how can you be a scientist? How can you teach yourself? That brain is a muscle. See, the eyes, what you see, you can reproduce. You can redo it if you see it. If you see somebody else doing it, you can do it. If it look like a duck and it quack like a duck, it walk like a duck, my daddy say, boy, that's probably a goddamn duck. Think about that. Think about what I'm saying. This man taught himself. Wasn't even allowed to learn. But he made it happen because education was important at a certain time. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm going to go into a topic about it. Education. See, we think because some people make it selling drugs, some, not a lot, but some. Some people make it doing music and arts, some, not a lot. Some people make it playing sports, some, not a lot. We disvalue so many of the wrong things, and education is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, besides our love for Christ. We got to get back into having some kind of respect for ourselves, respect for our mothers, our wives, and our daughters, for our sons, for our we got to get back to some self-respect. Now, my next Black History fact. Now, y'all can Google this now. I want y'all to Google. Take some time out. Learn you something. And even if you think you know it, look it up. Read the biography. You know, it's so much that they did that we don't know. Octavia E. Butler. Now, this lady's dyslexic. Do y'all hear me? And she went on to become the first science fiction writer. Do y'all hear me? She won countless awards, career lasted over 40 years, and she was dyslexic. That means you see numbers and stuff backwards and letters, you know what I mean? She a science fiction, she write, putting it down. And it's because she was dyslexic, when stuff would happen, she would go sit down and just read. Go to the library and just read. That muscle, feeding it, feeding it. You overcome some of these so-called diagnoses by the doctor. But you have to pay attention. And if you do that, it'll work for you. And I'm giving you examples of how things work for our people all throughout history, man. The whole way, the whole nine. You can go back and look from the beginning of time, not our beginning here in America. See, our existence is here long before America. But we talking black history, so we talking mostly in America. But you know, I'll take y'all back and we can do some studies on some of the pharaohs and all that too. You'd be surprised. We had some hell-raising women back then, kicking ass and taking names. Yeah. The next black history fact, y'all. The ban on interracial marriage in the U.S. was overturned largely because of one couple. That's Madeline and Richard Loving. That was in 1867. And I don't know about a bunch of you youngsters, but people in my age say, dog, that ain't that far, you know, that's our lifespan. That's on our circle. And you telling me that they just started letting mixed races get married right before 1970? You gotta be kidding me. Slavery ended in 1865. Y'all hear me? In 1967, they say, okay, you can go marry a white girl. You can go marry you a Mexican. Or you can go, you know, interracial, you know, mixed races. Think about that, because marriage is like the law of the land back then. Husband and wife, you know what I mean? They talk, it was against the law to marry outside your race. Not that you just couldn't, you know what I mean? It was against the law. They did it, and they went from Virginia, and they was told, hey, you know, this is against the law. They went on and got married and done their thing and came back home, and yep, come here. And that created a whole big ordeal, you know, during the 60s. During the 60s, there was a lot of liberations and different, you know, like now, a bunch of different things that they were trying to correct, and that was a biggie, you know. Somebody trying to tell you who you can love and why you gotta love them. So, in 1967, y'all, that's when they stopped being able to give you a problem about it, come down on you about it. Even to this day, people, you know, people don't know no better. And so we jealous of so much of the wrong things. And I don't really think that that's an issue. You know, it's kind of like the other stuff. What you do in your bedroom, that's on you. Who you chose to be with, that's on you. That ain't on me. I ain't got to approve that. You do. As long as you like it, I love it. And that's food for thought, man. Now, and the last one for the night, this will be the 10th one, I believe. We talk about the rap industry and who was first and who done what, and you know what I mean, where it came from. This whole concept of rapping over music. And most people will tell you, I was the Sugar Hill Gang in 1979, and they can give you what's dotted down. But I'm going to give you something to go Google, and then when you listen to it, you tell me if it ain't the first rap you ever heard. The name of the group is The Last Poets. Now, go back to the 1960s and pull them up. Listen to the context of what they're saying, how they saying, their delivery, and tell me that's not rap. And it was so positive and negative at the same time, you know, you just have to listen to it. But you got to remember the times they were in and what they were dealing with. The discrimination and all that, the oppression. You got to remember all of that. And then you can kind of get a feel for the music and say, oh, okay, well, at least I understand where they coming from. You might not agree with them, but I'm talking about the first rappers, the first group that rapped. Nobody could sing. Nobody tried to sing. But they sure got their point across on that record. They sure delivered it in such a way that it struck me as a child that I knew that, I can do that. I can do that. Because I read books all the time and the way that they delivered it and boom. And so when 79, 77 rolled around, Sugar Hill Gang, when that came out, then it clicked. Oh, yeah, again. See, God keep sending me messages. People say, well, he called me the pastor. I guess he called me the rap. You know, you can be an ordained minister. I'm an ordained rapper. I'm going to put it down like I see it, how I want it to sound, and talk about some stuff. So when you think about some of these Black history facts, this is stuff you can sit down and talk to your family about, and it's real history. You can piggyback off of that and talk about some family history, some ancestral history, some bloodline history. Everybody got somebody famous in their family. Well, whoever that person is, Google them. Look it up. Pull it up. Yeah, when you pull them up, it's going to show they mamas and grandmamas, which going to be your mamas and grandmamas and aunties and uncles, and you can get into a whole conversation that way. But now you're talking about greatness. Now they know it's in them. Now they know it's in the bloodline. You understand? The Richardson bloodline. You hear what I'm talking about? The Smith bloodline. You hear what I'm talking about? Williams bloodline. It's in there. But you got to, we are separated so much and went so many different ways throughout the country trying to avoid all this, to where we got bloodlines split up and you got cousins that you don't even know. You don't even know, hey, man, oh, man, that's my kinfolk. Yeah, that's your kinfolk, man. Or why I didn't know that? Y'all got the same name. Y'all from the same part of the country. The farther back you go, the closer y'all get. You go back 2 grandmamas and they might have been staying in the same house as sisters. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to know. I think everybody should know their parents' grandparents. I think everybody should. Everybody should know how they came up, where they from, how many kids they had, how many kids did her kids have. You dig? We should know just basics. I don't mean, you got to know their blood type, but it's probably the same as yours. That's your granny, that's your great-granny. You understand? And I was just thinking this past week, yesterday, my mom got to see her great-grandbabies. And it was a beautiful thing, man. It was a beautiful thing. That my sister's kids. My sister came over with her daughter, and her daughter had her 2 kids with her. All in one house, in mama room. So when you start talking about Black history, what you need to know, things you can talk about, why is it important to talk about? Because it helps with self-esteem. If you don't never know that you can do something, if you ain't never did nothing, then, well, I can't do that. That's them. You look at people on TV like, oh man, that's just TV. Well, understand that everybody's kin to somebody. And I'm telling y'all, it's been a lot of greatness going on. So in between all the bullshit and people playing with you and trying to run games, mash on it. Stand 10 toes down. 1 hour a week. Get with your family. Y'all unhook from all the your tablets and phones and shit and your Wi-Fi and sit down and just have a discussion. Just open up a line of communication with our kids. I believe this is the first step in trying to correct some of the things that's wrong now. Excuse me. Excuse me. I believe that this is the first step in trying to rectify how we thinking, what we doing. Right now today, got a black man, Laws killed his son. He killed a law. People say, well, but that law didn't do nothing. Neither did his son. Well, I wouldn't have had a problem if he had killed a law that killed his son. Killing is killing. We have to teach our children when to kill, who to kill, why to kill. It's rules to this shit. But it's never a problem when we the ones dropping dead. But as soon as we do something, it's like, hey, y'all didn't do that right. No, we didn't, but it didn't happen to us right. See, we can't always be the bigger person. And that's what you strive to be, is the bigger person. My mama tell me all the time, boy, let that go. No, just let it go. And I'm so stubborn or Richardson or whatever you want to call it, it be in my mind, man. I can't, when somebody fuck me, I cut their ass off. I don't play with them. You know what I'm saying? You do something dirty to me, I file it away. Just because I forgive you, don't mean you're going to be able to keep doing that. You can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. If you know like I know, that's the key to what I'm telling y'all about black history, opening up a lines of communication. The reason why it's so important, because if we start teaching black history to our kids, now, from just talking about it, from just researching it, and I ain't talking about no bunch of time, because I know we bore our kids, they not into what we into, but when you start them young, and you make it a game, and you get this answer right, I give you $5, and this answer, we can start with the dollar board. You can start with quarters with little bitty kids. You know what I mean? Kids that change, they have piggy bank. Grow up the dollars. From dollars to $5. Well, matter of fact, from dollars to $2 bills. Go get a $2 bill and make sure that your kids know that that's John Hanson on the back of there. Yeah, the first president of the United States, a black man. That's him on the back of there. Go from a dollar bill to a $2 bill to a $5 bill and so on. And by the time you're in high school, see, they'll be looking forward to trying to make them a little money on the side. And, you know, then from that, you start wanting to know about grades. How your grades looking, man? You having any problems in any classes? Anything that we can do to help you? Because right now, you know, everybody, they take their phones to class and they get on their phones and they get their answers and they graduate. But we want to know what kind of information are you retaining. See, that brain, I keep telling you, that's a muscle. The more you feed it, the better it grows. If you don't feed it, it's going to deteriorate. It's just that simple. It's a muscle. The brain, the more you feed it, the more it grows. I'm finna get ready in a minute, y'all, and I'm going to go to commercial, and I'm going to pay a few bills. And when we come back, I'm going to switch it up, because y'all know I got to talk about some sports. You know, it's been a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, the Diddler and Shannon, it's a bunch of stuff going on, man. But off the muscle, we need to talk about accountability and people being accountable. We got to be accountable. We got kids killing kids and ain't nobody saying shit. It's like, okay, we heard about it, but what happened? What happened? But y'all can tell me what this dude, what he did, he did. Y'all can tell me what Shannon did. You know what I mean? We can talk about these so-called rumors from this superstar to this movie star. We can talk about that. But us wiping each other out, shh, don't nobody say nothing. So, you know, we got to be real careful, man. We overlooking stuff. But we're going to go to commercial. And when I come back, we're going to talk a little sports, man. This Mr. 214. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I see you, Wood. I see you. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, sir. Simply.
I ain't no motherfucking dope dealer, dope dealer. I'm a rapper that hustle and chop it up and hit your block with it. Call me the top dollar, top dollar. And I want every motherfucking dollar. Keep the game and right back how I got it. I got big work, I got big faces. I done been around the block, I done seen places. I'm the big boss type, name brand nigga. With big nuts and I'm known to fuck around nigga.
Welcome to Top Metropolis, the home of Sudan. I'm your host, I'm Topodopolis. My peeps call me Squirrel Man. Born and raised in the dirty, known for pushing pounds and burdens. Clown when it's necessary. Real mics to the damn bird. I'm from the south side of town, where we be go-gillers. Gold grills, Cadillacs and bills, and we boy now nigga. Home of that one hit a quarter day, chopping, popping collar, nigga. Serve, drinking money, making head, busting lyrics spitter. The ultimate game is chess. The ultimate fee is death. The ultimate nigga top dollar. My name speaks for itself. Practice my telekinesis, write my thesis, drop this hip hop and sequel. Magalicious, I'm at nutrition, magnificent, lethal. Listen up, I got some free games. Say no, not really. Cause it cost me like a motherfucker. Y'all gon' feel it. The top spot, I'm top notches. Be the top of Texas. Stepchild records, fighting 5. It ain't bullshit.
I ain't no motherfucking dope dealer, dope dealer. I'm a rapper that hustle and chop it up and hit your block with it. Call me the top dollar, top dollar. And I want every motherfucking dollar. Keep the game and right back how I got it. I got big work, I got big faces. I done been around the block, I done seen places. I'm the big boss type, name brand nigga. With big nuts and I'm known to fuck around nigga.
Now that Jay-Z done retired, these boys in the game, they shook. They thought the spot was open competition. Playboy, the spot I already took. My flight I already booked. Since Pop wanna be nice. Crushing boys, albums with hooks already. These cats acting like raw. They claim MCs, but they fraud. These niggas act like since they can rap, they gon' blow up and ball. You got cats producing beats in up front, wanting they bread. It's a process, y'all done spacing them hard out the got. My thick is marketing promotions. See, vinyl is essential. Walk over the tax ID now with posters. 8x10 promo pictures out the car and 8 albums. Nigga, I put 5 in these streets. When the 4 groups had 9 producers, dog, plus I don't make beats. Next level of the game, CID points and publishing, production deals. Tool set up with videos, crushing shit. In-house producers, screwed and chop. Down in Houston, beat the block up to build my stock up. Y'all can suck my dick to be true.
Dope dealer, dope dealer. I'm a rapper that hustle and chop it up and hit your block with it. Call me the top dollar, top dollar. And I want every motherfucking dollar. Keep the game and right back how I got it. I got big work, I got big faces. I done been around the block, I done seen places. I'm the big boss type, name brand nigga. With big nuts and I'm known to fuck around nigga.
These label labels be shifty. I swear I ain't never seen nothing like it. Fucking these boys over with no Vaseline and making them like it. For sure, that's why I keep it gutter. Guilty by affiliation, fuck it. Stand independent, penny a minute, forever hustling. Hurting the slab, head of the lab, it's the Squiller Man. I move to work, I don't do the perks, stick to the plan. Like I just want a Grammy. Smoking on this game, I keep a boosted bar for dating, chopping these hoes, call me daddy. No commercials, no videos, no BET. Billy Corner store, pool hall, barbershop, liquor store. Y'all see me out the trunk around the clock. Got every penny looking down. What? Yeah, ride this motherfucker until the wheels fall off. Buy me some just for me and keep some starch in my pants. The living legend, the top of Texas, I'm back again. See me telling I'm the coldest. What that working, I just sold it. What that sticky egg is all up in me.
I ain't no motherfucking dope dealer, dope dealer. I'm a rapper that hustle and chop it up and hit your block with it. Call me the top dollar, top dollar. And I want every motherfucking dollar. Keep the game and right back how I got it. I got big work, I got big faces. I done been around the block, I done seen places. I'm the big boss type, name brand nigga. With big nuts and I'm known to fuck around nigga.
quarter pound in the high.
That's what that is, low.
Street game.
Yo, fat.
Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Gripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick those stacks and crash, done did that. Monopolize with 3 dice, done did that.
Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel last.
I'm trying to get my Bill Gates on, excuse me. Don't get me wrong, get me right, niggas, excuse me. Selling anything for my soul, but I done told y'all that. And I don't love none of these hoes, and I done showed y'all that. I spit these flows like I'm supposed to, and we can choke on that. See, I'm the coldest cat I know rapping, dog. Y'all run tell that. If you sell dodo when you smoke, then I got your sack. But all that bumping, stunting, run, I capping, fuck all that. Chicken sugar, that's the plan. Put my city on the map. Make cats who hate me when they see me say Top did that. I'm trying to beat up the block in an armored truck, sitting on some Martian Fox. The bank of Dallas, right-handed player, coming southpaw. World famous, world known. Pimp ass nigga like Ken Alone. Blowing reaper like Cheating Tone. Logo, a skull, 2 microphones. It's top dollar, done did it. $100 billion type nigga. Ghetto fabulous, y'all for a minute. Project Ballin' Dog, done did it. Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Gripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick those stacks and crash, done did that. Monopolize with 3 dice, done did that.
Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel last.
Niggas watching everything, watch my fucking nuts hang. I'm stepping with my loaded heat, jumping deep up in this game. I never was a bullshitter when it came to getting mine. Since I've been a young G, dope been my hustle grind. Mama tried to guide me, daddy rolled stones, man. In and out that penitentiary, made the places home, man. Falling out the house with my granny deuce. On the cut, shooting them dice down the cut, my niggas loose, man. Niggas ain't guessing cause I had the duffel bag, man. Present day the same way, I'm reaching for my ag thing. Heat shooter, gunpowder, lead, what they call that? What's his name? Got broke off in that alley, nigga, boss that. Just believe I'm down for the cause right now. $100 stick from the south, I take a stab. If you niggas can't feel me, I ain't giving a fuck, man. You niggas ain't real G's, game leave you stuck, man. You ain't never seen the hot face of the devil. A crimson red killer, a body snatching rebel, a midnight missionary jack move maker. A sneak up on you, hunter, a cut you open. Gator, the main upstairs, be the only thing I bar. I ride solo, bitch, you 40 in the car. I never ask a nigga for a motherfucking thing. Bitch, we take what we deserve, cause bitch, we in this game, and bitch, we causing pain.
Órale, aquí estamos viendo la vida loca. Y si no ves una cosa es otra. Guáchate con los catrachos, porque aquí en esta vida el gobierno te trata gacho. Vos, así es, moviendo y traficando. Aquí estoy con el mero peso, top dollar y el quarter pound. 25 libras, hablando como entraron miles y miles de libras hasta llaves. Vos, viniendo de a mero abajo, y tú sabes, los mexicanos vienen de México con todo el jale. De California a Rento hasta Texas, todo Estados Unidos, a los United States, top of Texas, arriba de Texas. Pues aquí estoy sufriendo y que ya lo hice.
Coming down, candy paint, done did that. Screens falling from the sky, done did that. 88 divided by 4, done did that. Gripping grain in a Fleetwood lat, done did that. Pulling all nighters, flipping packs, done did that. Pulling kick those stacks and crash, done did that. Monopolize with 3 dice, done did that.
Broke one day, rich the next, my nigga, now feel last. Yeah, volume 5, your boy growing. I know y'all still hating, but I'm still making what I do, doing it how I do, you know what I'm saying? MJF, welcome to the family, baby, you know what I'm saying? This is peace. fucking track.
Honestly, I can't take the fake love. Just be loyal when you mad and don't change up. Nah, I've been getting colder from the inside. Don't ask me if I'm good, let's just get high. Bro, no, used to be bro, no, we ain't bros no more. We used to be close, was stuck in that life, but no. Was down on my last, still giving my last for show. Too much love, now they mad, I'm so cold. Yeah. Lately I've been searching for my peace. Yeah. Fuck the streets, cause they don't love you, death is free. Yeah. That's the price you gotta pay, it's best be cheap. Yeah, I ran it up, did it by my lonely, ain't complain once. Gained up, money I got crossed out by my day once. They changed up, didn't see it coming, that's okay, cause that thing's up. Watching on my shoulders, I see strength. Say I wanna be the one you love, but if you did, you wouldn't did what you did. Say I'm sliding on whoever now, I gotta see my kid, cause we all gotta die one day right now. Everybody say they wanna be the one you need. Everybody say they wanna be the one, no. Bitch, I'm higher than the price of gas when you in debt. I be in my head more than Professor X. Yeah, I'm just taking time, I had to recollect. Save all of the fuck shit I do not collect. They subside, but I ain't stressed. To the lead like my name next. Still big four like my name Brett. Elastic drill, I got on stretch. Don't need me more when I get less. I was out here reckless. Sun face in my necklace. You reach for this, it's flagrant tech. Yeah. Miss me with the ocean eyes. I got left in a hurricane, I was at my lowest size. But I can swim and hold my breath like Matt Biondi. Never in a million years I'll switch up for some money. Like how the fuck you love me? Demons in disguise was the people I held closely. Just keep getting fucked up, I wish I can be the old me. Take me back to days when we was running from the police. Smiling but I'm lonely. But I wanna be the one you love. Been down bad. Everybody say I wanna be the one you trust. They wanna put their hand out. Everybody say I wanna be the one you need. Boss up, man. Sorry. Everybody say I wanna be the one. No. She ain't got it. Honestly, I can't say the fake love. Just be loyal when you mad and don't change up. I've been getting colder from the inside. Don't ask me if I'm good, let's just get high. Bro, no, used to be bro, no, we ain't bros no more. We used to be close, was stuck in that life, but no. Was down on my last, still giving my last for show. Too much love, now they mad, I'm so cold.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's your boy, man, Mr. 21 Joe. You heard me. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, sir. But on here, man, just kind of talking about some stuff that I think that we need to really take, and dig into, man. It's kind of important conversation, and I'm just talking about an angle. I don't mean that need to be our only conversations or all our conversations as family members, but some kind of way we got to put the blackness back in the black. If that makes sense to y'all. Some kind of way, man. It's got to be, you got to learn to feel good about who you are. Yeah, just you being you. We'd have been told for so long what we ain't. So when you start looking back through black history and just think about the times that they were in and what they went through just to read a book, just to get education. It was a time where if they caught you reading a book, they don't kick your ass. They kill you, whoop you, beat you, and all that old bullshit. We used to walk miles to go to school, man, back in the days with no shoes on. But we had our books. Now we come in with $300, $400, $500, $600 shoes on and no books. Where everything is digital. It's something to be said about the importance of education, y'all. Education is what runs the world. You know what I mean? It's what makes this thing work. Is we constantly evolving. We constantly evolving. We Homo sapiens. We crave evolvement. It's life. Like in life, you evolve. Everything evolves. So the key to that is education. You got to understand the past. And I don't really believe so you don't repeat it. I just think you need to know where you come from and who you are, who your people are. Every race should. And I'm only talking about us because we the only ones that don't. And while I'm on that topic, let me say happy Cinco de Mayo, man, to all my essays, man. Because y'all know I went to school at UTEP, and I got Mexican brothers, Rick, man. I got family. I went to school at Salmon. I'm from South Dallas, but my parents sent me away to school. They wanted me to be around white folks and see different shit. So, but let me say happy Cinco de Mayo, which was yesterday, May 5th. That's the Mexicans' Independence Day. Like for us, it's June 19th down here. It's July 4th all throughout the country. Well, that's the day that we thought we were free, or some form of freedom. The chains came off, but the freedom never came. But anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo, man. And I'm representing. I got my little old stuff on. We had it going on today up there at school. And, it was all good. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. And today is Cinco de Mayo. We've been celebrating. We got a few Mexican students, maybe 50 or so, but we celebrate them. You know what I mean? They people of color, and they got their own shit. They do it their own way. They do. Even the ones that we call Mexican Americans that were born here and raised here. They say, oh, well, they don't fuck with them other Mexicans. Shit, when they go over to Granny house and pop out them house, them the same people, dog. Just like when you go on a job, if you see a group of them sitting somewhere, if a new Mexican come in, he gonna come right over. They gonna all eat burritos together and drink. They gonna tell them everything. And whoever he working with, motherfucker gonna show them everything. They got a way that they do things. You know what I mean? And we gotta come up with a way, man, of putting the feeling good about just being black. Just cause I'm a nigga, I know, nigga, but you gotta know what it is. If you don't know, how you gonna feel good about something you don't know? Always been taught you wasn't shit. But I'm here to tell you different, baby. I'm here to tell you different. There's so many ways you can do it, man. Happy Cinco de Mayo, man, all the essays and, and what's going on. And let me say this before I get into my sports. On the hood updates, we had a 2-year-old, they said shot a 4-year-old, and it was teenagers and then 2 people in their 20s in the house. And that was it. No more updates, no more nothing. It's been about maybe 3 weeks now. So I reached out in the hood when I was at work today and come to find out that everybody went down to the jailhouse. Every adult in there, and they all under investigation, or I should say the whole incident is under investigation, because they don't believe that 2-year-old shot the 4-year-old. I don't know. I just know it was a handgun there, and all those adults, and ain't nobody gonna watch the handgun. If it's your gun, then put it on your hip, get it up. So that's something to be said about that, man. Y'all gotta understand that. So that's the hood update on that. And we was talking about ways you change things. First of all, you have to change yourself. You gotta look in the mirror and work on it. The hardest thing for a man to do is look himself in the mirror and tell himself the truth. That's the hardest thing for a nigga to do. You can tell somebody else, oh man, you ought to do this, you ought to do that. What should you be doing? And the cold part about it is you know the answer. It's like we be waiting on our friends and our homeboys and homegirls to say something. You know what you need to be doing. You know. So you got to keep that under your cap. You know what I mean? You got to keep that the way you understand who you is and what you're doing. That's the only way we're going to get better, y'all. We keep talking about how do we fix these problems. We are a broken race. We ain't never really healed from slavery. We ain't never laid down on the couch and told nobody about this post-traumatic stress that we feeling that our ancestors felt. It passes on. because it ain't never been addressed. It ain't never been dealt with straight on. We have people now walking around here, brothers walking around, they don't even see racism no more and nothing. All they see is money. That's all they see is ways to make money. And because racism is racism, it's going to be here. But then again, so is the money. We got to find a way to make being black feel good again. You know, like I'm black and I'm proud and throwing up the black fist. Yeah, we got to get back. We got to put some kind of pride. We don't have no more spots, no more, we call them hole in the walls. When we was coming up, you know, we had the Cliff Club, you know what I mean? But we don't have that, you know what I mean? We don't have no more little spots in the hood where you go and there ain't no niggas out there, but ain't no drama. And all the gangsters out there playing ball, hooping, but ain't no drama. And it's okay to get into a fisticuffs. It don't have to, you ain't got to kill nobody because you got your ass whooped. We got to start getting back to having some pride about ourselves. Get up off your ass. And the greatest wasn't undefeated. Ali wasn't undefeated. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's okay. Po ass can't take a little whooping. Get up. Get your ass up and get back in the ring. My daddy used to say, why do we fall down? So you can get your ass up. Nigga, I ain't picking you up. Get your ass up. Got knocked down. You didn't get knocked out. It's a difference. We got to be careful about the communicating that we're doing with our kids, but we also got to model for them. We got to show them. We got to dress like a man if we want them to dress like young men. We got to teach them what a good wife is by treating their mother right, by doing the right things. We got to show them now. And ain't none of us perfect, but it's been a lack of education and teaching going on in our little community for a minute. And now we got all this shit going on and everybody in their feelings want to say, but no, it ain't like that. Yeah, it's just like that. We dropped the goddamn ball. And if we don't get the ball back up, it's still going to be on their side of the court. And when I say they, meaning all this shit that's happening to us, this negative energy, all this death and all this shit, we can't catch a motherfucking break, man. We turned down all our superstars. All our goddamn pro teams is going crazy. The Mavericks traded Luka. You hear what I'm saying? Jerry Jones is still Jerry Jones. I'm saying, man, y'all got to understand I'm under some pressure, man, mentally. Because we dying and we not addressing it and don't nobody seem to want to look in the mirror. Because all those kids are somebody's kids. I don't give a damn what the law said. That's your goddamn kid. Out there doing that shit, who kid is that? The hell is you doing? Somebody got to be responsible for these kids. Now, I vote for the parents because those are the parents' kids. They don't want you to talk to them no way. They don't want you to tell them shit no way. Then you tell your kid. See, if they pass a law, your son go out there and do some shit and kill some people, your ass go to jail too. That shit, the numbers will come down so fast because parents will start paying attention to what their kids are doing. Instead of letting them go upstairs and close the door and lock the room and in the garage and, Mom, what the hell you doing in here? Damn Amazon truck done been by here 3 times, nigga. What you buying? What you doing? We would know. But you got to open up that line of communication, and the fathers have got to get back in the household. I don't want to hear nothing about the child support. I'm talking about how to fix a problem that we have, an epidemic. It's like gremlins, like water. This shit's spreading so bad, man. And it's all over the country. It's not just in Dallas. It's all over the country, man. And ain't nobody talking about these kids dying. It's like, damn, we done got so immune to death that when kids die, don't nobody get mad. But everybody got mad when the brother killed a cop because one of the cops killed his son. And the first thing everybody said was, that wasn't the cop that killed his son. Shit, his son got killed by a cop. Ain't they together? Oh, they not together when it's killing time, huh? They together when they killing us? Nah, I didn't say it was right. But if you don't fight back, a bully gonna keep bullying you. That's all I'm saying. If we did that more, it would go down. Those numbers would go down. See, if they start dying like we was killing them, that shit would stop. That would start a civil war. That shit would stop. It's one thing to talk about, it's another thing to be about it. But every man should have the right to protect his family against any and all. Now, they said the boy was in a stolen car, got pulled over, tried to get away, got caught up. He was breaking the law. Even in the Bible, it say you got to abide by the laws of the land. That mean whatever the law is, nigga, you know right from wrong. You understand what I'm saying? The daddy got so upset, he killed a policeman because another policeman killed his boy. But now, the reason the police was fucking with his boy, you understand? Where's the teachings at? I understand the revenge. I understand the love. I understand. Oh, Lord, I understand. Because they just been killing us for so long, it's just crazy since we've been here. They done showed us religion and death. Those two things they showed us. And now they didn't invent neither one of them. The same story of Jesus and Mary, that's Osiris and Osset. That's on hieroglyphics over in Egypt. Yeah, off in the pyramids. It's written on the wall. The same story, but the names are different. But it's the same story. So the farther back you go, they didn't invent religion. I'm talking about when they stripped us and then we didn't have a language, when we went so long without being able to speak our language. The only language we knew is what they taught us. See, once you get 2-3 generations in on something, that's what that is, not what that was. So once we got African Americanized, kind of you lose those links, and that's, to me, that Africans don't like us now. They don't like African Americans. No, real Africans don't like us because we too much like the white boy. We too full of shit. Everything we do is what he do. We don't do nothing that we do. We don't, and the shit that we made our own, we gave back. Yeah, we sold out everything. All the old black businesses and shit and corner stores and pool house, we sold every motherfucking thing. All our grandparents' houses and mama and them houses, we sold all that shit that we didn't lose from taxes. Lack of communication, talking to your kids while they're living, tell them the expectations when you're gone, because ain't nobody gonna be here forever. I tell my daughter all the time how I want my funeral. Nah, in hell no, I ain't ready to die. Me and baby still got some more shit to do. But I still tell them what I want. Hey, when I pass, make sure you play that now. Put that on now. Put that on my playlist. Yeah. Because everybody gonna go. And nobody know when. So you gotta have those discussions. You gotta talk about stuff. But I'm finna go to commercial, and I'll be back with y'all in a minute. And I know I said I was gonna get into my boys and we were gonna do some sports talk, but I got shit on my chest. It's Mr. 21421 Joe. Y'all stay tuned, man. Come on back with me, man. Yeah, sir.
Oh, this is tight. Hey, Lil D, can you hand me a wrench, please? Appreciate it. I know this is good. Still tight.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Do me a favor. Please go get OG for me.
Got it.
Thanks.
OG, can you please help Chris with the truck? Chris doesn't even know the difference between a 916 and a 5.8.
Oh my God. Let me go ahead. Watch this.
I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. It all started down at Joppy Church. Everybody knew me. I'm Claudia baby boy, so why they wanna shoot me? Been lied on, been cheated, been beat for some cash. Did 9 years flat while I was treated like trash, but still remain steadfast and true to the game. Invited God into my life and watched my whole world change. I had to get away from there, so much pain. The drama that my homeboys called drove me insane. Rolling so deep, the gangsters call it creep. Revenge in my heart from the agony of defeat. It's a cold, cold world, I would say to my son. Pick up the Bible, be a man, and throw away them guns. Verse 48, another man on the run. When one problem in, that's when another problem comes. So I just open up the good book and read a verse or song. Give thanks for my life and let His will be done. I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family. Jesus Christ that turned the water to wine. He be the same Jesus Christ, y'all, that healed the blind. Did you hear what He did down in Capernaum? Healed the servant of Paul, say before the hour was done. He be the same Jesus Christ that went to Peter's house. He touched his mother-in-law's hand and the fever was out. He said the fox and some hoes and the birds have nests, but the Son of Man know what for his head to rest. Little prayer, little power, no prayer, no power. Much prayer, much power. You can call it any hour. You remember the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread? He looked into the heavens and a multitude was fed. He be the same Jesus Christ that let Peter walk on water. And the woman of Canaan, He healed the daughter. He healed the blind, the lame, the dumb, the maimed. He'll trouble the waters if you call on His name. I'm from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family. I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. Now the moral of the story is to get closer to God, 'cause ain't nobody in this church promise tomorrow. In the end, He's coming back again and taking all ages. You ain't gotta believe me, go and read Revelations. I thank Him for my life, so I treat people right, because He said He's coming back like a thief in the night. Nobody knows the time, nobody knows the hour. Now how can you not know a man with that kind of power? I come from a poor family. From a poor family, I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family, I didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. I come from a poor family.
That's how we living for real down here. Bitch. Some pissed off and broke shit real down here. That's how we living down in this bitch, nigga. We don't give a...
Big Daddy, man, I thought you said you gonna take me to the barber shop.
Say, man, I'm coming, G. If you just quit tripping so
Say,
much.
man, you knucklehead know we got a show at 9 o'clock.
Man, which one of y'all done stole all my rubber bands, man?
I'm gonna meet y'all back
faded.
Tight fades and braids up in this clique. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids up in this clique. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids. Man, the politicians ain't taking no.
Get buck with us. When you see that candy paint, baby, please don't touch. I'm real, I'm trill, I'm ready to bust. I'm sipping fine cognac with my inside flush, baby, don't mess with us. So now you know, they're playing like a pro, play the game I go. You mad cause your girl's a pro, but I'm steady coming down with them suicide doors. And now that you know, man, I'm jumping out the shower. $500 shirt, 2080 power. It's straight drop jam, baby, every hour. I'm turning up my nut to get the crunk louder. You know my partner's gonna grind until they pocket fat. They smoke blunts, but us, we smoke paw fats. I'm gripping on the wood, is it understood? 79 coupe, tell me something good. Tell me, is it understood?
Well, I'm sitting at the barber shop getting a tight fade, while my boy sitting at the crib getting French braids. I know you paid. We washing all our dishes in Cascade. You keep up the platinum hits, I'ma get you an Escalade. Straight customized, I know you like how I play a ride. They may know blow, but they don't know fly. And I don't know why the last son had to die. That almost made a player cry. But see, I'm wiping away up all my tears. Oh, while my boys at the party pouring out their bills. I'm feeling like Michael Hayes in a steel cage. It's P.O.B. Dallas, Texas player. It's tight fades and braids, we getting paid.
Tight fades and braids up in this clique. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids up in this clique. Man, the politicians ain't taking no. Tight fades and braids. Man, the politicians ain't taking no.
K-Man go, representing get paid. Let them politicians tight fades and braids. So sit back, watch us get a hold of this money. I'm trying to put them twanky, set them on that 1500. Black down with the big dual pipes. Folks mistaken for a F-150 late at night. I'm a half-pink gangster running with real killers. Get close to blow, you see the visions of Hitler. Sometimes I be running these the last days. But blow get happy, baby, I'm with tight fades and braids.
I be that last Don figure with these P.O.B. politicians, a bulletproof vest. Cause my foes wish I was missing, but I'm keeping it real. I like to get the party crunk crazy. Party feelings, can you feel them when they done? Driving getaway cars since the age of 12. Had a personal rendezvous with the devil himself. He told me,
OG be hard and represent with your clique. And start stacking some paper like you be s***ing bricks.
I bought my granny a house, I bought my boot and new lap. I'm giving love to this city because they giving it back. I'm toting blunts in the Escalade, chopping on blades. You better ask Inga or it's tight ways of fade. I'm getting paid.
And that's how it's going down in the DT, baby. You heard me? Welcome to Dallas. Welcome to Dallas.
Tight fades, tight braids, straight drop, and we gotta get paid. Tight fades, tight braids, straight drop, and we gotta get paid. Tight fades, tight braids, straight drop, and we gotta get paid. Tight fades, tight braids, straight drop, and we gotta get paid.
Next rhyme, storylines about a friend of mine. I guess we'll call him Lil Johnny this time. Now Lil Johnny lived a life of a hard knot, have not. Project born, raised by the dope spot. Now mama did what she could, but the grind was hard. The last thing he wanted to do was break the Jones hard. But in the process from growing up boy to a man, sometimes you lose just your reality, know what I'm saying? Now at the age of 13, Johnny saw his pop shot by a crooked cop while he was cutting school, posted on the block. So understand me when I tell you he done seen some things. Like we be popping it, baby, Lil Johnny was game assembly. Where every
happening, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. You know what I mean? Like Carter. Welcome back, Carter, around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back. Yeah, man. It's a bunch of things, we've been talking about. Well, I've been talking about putting, just look thoughts in the air. You got to speak it. You got to talk certain things into existence. But now some things already exist, and it's a hot fucking mess. Now, y'all do know that the P. Diddy trial is about to start. So all of the speculating and what somebody said and what somebody think and who gonna get called and what names are gonna be mentioned. Oh, it's finna hit the shit finna hit the fan now. But now they got a couple of witnesses. One for sure didn't say, no, I ain't testifying. No, I ain't going in there. I ain't fucking with that. They done paid her off. Somebody done paid her. Didn't them done touched her and he's still locked up. Who doing what? Don't think the feds ain't watching now. She signed a sworn statement. But they got so many charges and so many complaints, all of them ain't gonna stick no way. Because he got enough money to wash that small shit off. Because, they all had signed their little agreements, even though they was doing their thing and all that, and he was drugging them and recording them and all that. They still all signed their little paper say, man, it's on and popping when you come up in here. You leave your phones right there in the lockbox here. Y'all come on in here. Sign the paper. And it became such a big deal that nobody thought nothing about that. But then once it got out of hand, it was out of hand. You know what I mean? Yeah, they say he was spending down there $500,000 for them motherfuckers, man. Whoo, that's a lot of money to party. I'm gonna say that. It's a lot of goddamn money to throw a party, but then when you fucking with millionaires and billionaires and you know what I mean? When you fucking with the big dogs, you fuck with the big dogs. I believe he wouldn't have got in trouble if he hadn't fucked with that liquor company when he was getting like $60 million a year from them. But he wanted his own liquor and wanted to do this and he wanted some more money and they was like, what? And shit hit the fan. Kind of like with Bill, you know what I mean? Everything was fine with Cosby until he wanted to buy CBS or some shit or his own. Oh, no, you ain't doing none of that, nigga. They charged that nigga for some shit 40 years ago, talking about he drugged the motherfucker. Damn, what kind of drug test y'all got? What kind of statute of limitations is on that shit? They locked that nigga up when he was 60 and didn't let him go till he damn near was dead. All because he tried to make a power move. We got to link up, make this shit work for us, and we don't want to be selfish, racist, or none of that. What we want to be is self-sufficient, independent. Once you can feel good about yourself, you can go do whatever you want to do in the world. But as long as we don't feel good about ourselves, then we ain't going to do shit. When you feel like shit, that ain't you don't do shit. Niggas sit up and smoke weed all day talking about what they gonna do. Ain't gonna do shit. Gonna go home, eat, and go to sleep. That's why they say, oh man, these niggas ain't shit, man. Say, man, with a real black man, please stand up. I'm calling you to arms, man, to fight for your family, man, to fight for your existence in this world. What is our purpose? What is your purpose? I think I know what mine is. And I'm giving it to you right now, raw and undigger, like I do. Now, with the Diddy shit, we're going to see how it unfolds, y'all. Me and my brother, we had a little side bit, no money or nothing, just talking, bet, like that kind of shit. He said he going to beat the charges. I said, I don't think he going to ever see the light of day again. So, it's about to go down. Jury selection done started. Now they about to get their shit together. And it's in just a minute, we gonna know. So y'all hold on for that now. Cause Shannon going through some shit now. They breaking Club Shay Shay down, with his gay ass trying not be gay and bipolar, bisexual, and all that bullshit. Leaking shit on IG, nigga. You can't leak no shit on IG. You gotta post that shit, nigga. I don't want to hear all that shit. No, no. You gotta hit too many buttons and shit for it to go live like that. No, no, no. But they done tore his ass down. Like Cat Williams told him. You can be king of the cone, goddamn me, and a white girl tear you down in 2 weekends. Yeah, nigga. 2 Friday nights, you out of there. From Friday to Friday, do it twice, you out of there. So, you got to be mindful of the company you keep. I don't really care nothing about our age. He was 50-something, she was 19 or 20. That ain't my cup of tea. But my thing is, ain't nobody saying nothing about Belichick. Hell, he 80 years old, messing with a 22-year-old, 24-year-old or some shit. You know what I mean? So, who cares, man? I don't care nothing about what you do in your personal life. Y'all grown-ups, okay. And speaking of the age difference, while we just talking about news, I said it was some hood news, but I should have just called it nigga news, because I'm just telling y'all about current events and people and what's going on right now today. Now, this ain't old shit. This is going on. Woman gets on Instagram. Well, no, I saw it on TikTok. 39 years old. She lost her job. She was crying. She called in. She said she wanted her a rich man, a millionaire or somebody to come take care of her. And so the guest was like, say, you 39 and you want a millionaire to come take care of you. Well, you might need to fuck with an older nigga, you know what I mean? You know, they got old millionaires. She was like, yeah, I can fuck with one of them. Hell yeah, I can marry one of them if he got that paper and he gonna take care of me. But he can't have no monkey. And I'm like, wait a minute. That made me stop. I stopped the goddamn video. Wait, what she say? Said she'll fuck with the nigga if he got that paper. Now, she want him to marry him, so they ain't talking about no bullshit. Or she ain't talking about no bullshit. But she say, no sex? We overvalue ourselves. And we sell everything that we should keep for ourselves. Think about what that lady said. She 39 years old, lost her job, crying all in a frantic and shit, you know. She said she wanted a millionaire, and everybody, you know, want a millionaire. Everybody wants somebody, a millionaire or whatever. That's a nice thought. But how many millionaires are there out there? And those is out there now. How many are you? Are you they type? You know what I mean? Nigga got paper, he got a certain type too. Yeah. Think about it. You see ugly rich niggas with bad motherfuckers every day. So now, are you that type of person that draws what you want? You know what I mean? You what you trying to attract? Do you think you're $1 million bro? I know everybody think they is, but you know you gotta tell yourself. Remember I say you gotta look yourself in the mirror. You gotta tell yourself the truth. That's the hardest thing to do. Is check your goddamn self. When you fucking up, check yourself. I don't give a damn if they think you crazy because you talking to yourself in the mirror, nigga. Check your goddamn self. Get your shit together. So when you go back out there, you can stand up like you supposed to. Because, you know, life be lifing, as the youngsters say. You know what I mean? They've been teaching me all this little new ass shit they be talking about. We got this Dallas drill team thing going to where the youngsters, you know, they got all these different names, 3X mode, 4X mode, well, all those numbers by X's. Those are the bodies these youngsters got. And I'm talking about from 13 to 17, maybe 25-year-old youngsters. You hear me? And they can rap. And they be rapping. And they can flow. But they talking about murdering each other. And this is throughout the whole city. This is throughout the whole city. And this is every side got 4 or 5 different gangs. Yeah, every side. Oak Cliff, South Dallas, the Grove, East Dallas, West Dallas, North Dallas, everybody, man. And they murdering each other. And then they write a rap about it. Yep. That's what's happening in my city right now. You can go on YouTube and Google it and say, damn, what the hell going on? So it's really been concerning to me about our kids dying and nobody addressing it. Nobody. It'll come on the news, people will say, man, did you hear this? And then don't nobody else say nothing. Ain't no updates, ain't no follow-ups, ain't no, you know what I mean? And this is part of what's wrong with us when you say, well, say, why come ain't nobody doing nothing? We are. They doing what they know how to do, which is nothing. Did nobody put nothing in them, so what you going to get out of them? Nothing. And I'm talking about some talented young brothers. Some of them could actually flow. And they talking about murking the next nigga. Murking this nigga here. He came over here in our neighborhood trying to get some gas. Huh? And just murder a nigga. Nigga down there trying to scold. Nigga, you can't scold from over here. Bloom. Just murder a nigga. It's like, what are we doing? Are we actually playing the game for them? Now we the pimp and the hoe. Now we doing all of it. We the hunter and the huntee. I mean, what are we doing? We complained so long that they was killing us and this and that, and they still are. They still are. Let's not get that twisted. That's not what I'm talking about, what somebody else is doing. I'm talking about what we doing to our damn self. If we got to get that part right first before we can address them or anybody else with what they doing to us, hell, what we doing to us. You understand? It don't matter if a motherfucker cut me down there on the corner if I'm going to come home and shoot my goddamn self and commit suicide. What difference do it make? I know that seems a little drastic or a little harsh, but you got to understand my mindset. We got kids out here dying and ain't nobody saying nothing. The shit bothers me. I got to say something, man. That's the next generation. It's getting thinner and thinner on an African-American front. We thinning out. From being transgenders to gays to whatever the new thing is, whatever it is, we thinning out. You know, you got to get together and populate if you want to exist. We got to raise these boys to be husbands and these girls to be wives. They can still have careers and help each other. You know, it's certain things that they used to call power couples. I say it all the time. I'm good all by myself. But when my wife get with me, nigga, I'm a force when we together. When we together on something, nigga, we make the motherfucking ground move. Baby good like that. So you got to find your soulmate, first of all. I believe in order for a man to level off and actually go forward and you got to find your soulmate. You got to find that yin and that yang, that balance. Everybody's balance is different. You got to find your balance. You got to look yourself in the mirror. You know what you like, what you don't like. Don't go out there and fuck with a motherfucker. She ain't really your type, but it's working for you. Now, nigga, you know what you like. Go find out what you like. Go get that. When you get it, keep it, love it. Treat it like a queen. Treat you like a king. Simple. Life is a bitch. You hear me? They say you're born of a bitch. Life is a bitch. Your sister's a bitch. Your wife, everything's a bitch. You hear me? Well, damn. You got to go through something in order to accomplish anything. If you don't go through shit, you ain't going to accomplish nothing. And if you don't fail at something, you ain't going to achieve it nothing. You got to try some shit. That don't work, try some more shit. That don't work, try some more shit. You got to be able to switch shit up and constantly be improving. But these are things that we got to install in our kids. This is not me talking to y'all saying what y'all need to do. I'm talking about the fundamentals of life, the critical thinking. We need to have those conversations with our kids, man. They still being targeted. The sad part is now we targeting them too. Shit, now they might not need to go to the park this weekend just to hoop. Cousin them come over and shit, and they down here from out of town. They might not need to go over there to the movies. No, they might not need to go. Because they taking names. They taking heads around this motherfucker, man, for no reason. You know, it's one thing somebody do something to you, you mad, and you going to go get that motherfucker. Okay, whatever. It's still fucked up, but at least y'all had a problem. It's something totally different when you and your girl walking out of the store and the motherfucker come by and he just shooting and you get shot or your girl gets shot and y'all just coming out to go to the house. It's something totally different, y'all. And it's happening so much now, so regular. It's almost like the gang capital around here. But if you're not if you're not in that life, or if you're not in that area, or if you don't, if you don't have that generation in your family, then you might not know it exists. I'm an old school cat, so I don't do all that old bullshit no more. So I don't be around it. But I'm a pillar of the community. I work at Lincoln High School in South Dallas, right there in the heart of the motherfucker. The only thing that's still black in Dallas is South Dallas. Yeah. So when stuff be happening, that's where my information comes from. That's where I first start gathering it, because all those kids come to school and then they leave school crying, and it's a funeral every weekend. I mean, every week they come in there and they got a new obituary in their backpack. Every week. We done lost classmates. We done lost good kids that will graduate, scholarships. Many don't make it out. So imagine how the effect that has on our community when one that's on their way out die behind some bullshit, some nigger shit, because ain't nobody talking to these kids about the value of life, who to kill, why to kill, what to kill. Yeah, it's gonna be some killing going on, but this shit can't be just senseless. We gonna kill each other. How we gonna win any motherfucking thing if we killing each other? And I'm talking about winning in life. I'm talking about niggas getting together and buying something in this hours. Now we ain't paying taxes on this. This us. Yeah, we want to do something impressive. Let's split this motherfucker up. This our side, this y'all side. Yeah. Simple shit. But then that's going backwards, and it's still going forward at the same time. They say two things can be right and two things can be totally wrong. That's one of those. To where I see if we separate, you don't have the right to tell nobody who to love. You don't have that right. You don't. But at the same time, they've been killing us since we got here. I think we need to take a step forward to take two steps, take a step backwards to take two steps forward, if that make any sense to y'all. Some of the old school cats understand what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not a loss, it's a reset. You know what I mean? And when you reset, that means everybody got to take one step back and reset. Now some are so about the dollar, so about the bag, is no fucking way that they gonna ever co-sign on that. That's why I think we ought to start with our youth now. Can't worry about a grown-ass man who got bills, his own way, his own beliefs, his own values. We got to start putting these important things off in our kids, so 20 years from now, we don't have a generation of death. Maybe we'll have a generation of hope. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll actually come together and do something because we'll be done put some black pride in them. It'll be something beautiful about being black again. Black is beautiful. Y'all remember the saying? Last time you heard somebody say that? When the last time you called your brother and said, "Say, man, I didn't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you, man." Every time somebody calls you, they need something or they want something. And if you don't give it to them, you ain't shit. Everybody going through the same struggle, expecting somebody else to help them up out of it. Shit, if we all struggling, let's stop, regroup, reset, start again. Shit. The way they play the game, reset. Hit reset. Yeah, every morning when you get up, got another chance to go make it happen. And nothing happens in one day. So if you want something to happen, you better get to work on it and start putting some work in, because if you want to get paid, you got to put some time in. They don't pay you for the talent. They pay you for what you do with your talent. You understand? It's not talent that gets you paid. It's what you do with it. So if you want something out of it, I suggest y'all get off your ass, get back in your kids' life, back in your households, and we got to start talking to our kids, man, on a regular basis. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be strange to them when you want to talk about something. They shouldn't feel like they're in trouble when you call them downstairs. Every time you call them, oh, shit, what y'all done? I didn't do it. No, we need a different thought. Or you calling them down to come get some chicken or get they hamburgers and go back to their room and get back on their games and all that. No, we need some conversation. It needs to start in our houses. It needs to start in our family. It needs to start with our kids. And then from there, we can build. But trying to change these grown folks, these disrespectful youngsters who really didn't have nobody teaching them and looking out for them. So all of them will tell you they jumped off the porch at 13, 14. The hell you doing off the porch at 13, nigga, if you ain't playing ball or something? You too young to have a job, so where you going? What you jumping off the goddamn porch for? But that's the mentality of the black man. We've always been survivors. We got to make it happen. When your nuts drop and swell up, oh yeah, I got it. I'm on it. So we got to make sure our kids don't feel that pressure the way they feel like our boys got to get out there and make it happen. No, you got to go to school and get an education. You got to make a decision on what you're going to do. It's a higher success rate for a college graduate than it is a drug dealer, a rapper, a football player, a movie star. You got a better chance of succeeding in life if you get a degree and some education and you get you one of these $500,000-$600,000 a year paying jobs, and you invest and you live like a king. Have you ever thought about being rich but not famous? See, that's the goal. Be one of the millionaires that don't nobody know, but you ain't got to work no more. You ain't got to stress no more. You ain't worried about the light bill or the mortgage due or the car note. You ain't got to worry about that. Let's get that kind of rich. Now you ain't got to have on the Louis Vuitton belt and shoes. Shit, I got on some Wranglers and a t-shirt, but I got 13 mil in the bank. Has anybody ever thought about, if I got $13 million in the bank, I ain't even got to never touch that money. I can go borrow $13 million, fuck that money off, not pay it back, file bankruptcy, and still have that $13 million in the bank. Y'all understand that? But we don't talk about these things. We got to start having real conversations, man, in our houses again. I know it's kind of time consuming. We're working every day. If you're trying to have something, you're working, whether that's for somebody else or yourself. If you ain't working, you ain't going to get shit, because the government going to give you just enough to survive. Just enough. And that depends on where you at. If you're talking about, having somewhere to stay, you might can pay somebody for a room or some shit. So keep all that in mind. But, some of the stuff that we do, we got to make better choices. And the best choice we can make right now to try to fix what's going on. Again, I'm trying to come up with some solutions that we can use. And to me, I think it's generation death, y'all. I mean, I pray for them and all that, but I don't see how you can stop them from doing that to themselves. It's like they're addicted to death. Everything is death, y'all. But I'm finna take a commercial break, and I'll be right back, y'all, man. And I'm gonna get to the Cowboys and some sports, but I just got so much stuff going on in the city, man. I gotta touch on it, speak on it, and until I can feel comfortable and see some change, I'm gonna stay about my business. And this is business for me, man. Mr. 214. I'll be right back. Let me pay some bills, y'all.
The boys in my hood stay splitting the guard, sipping on ball, and keeping a bad bitch in the car. Knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day, scratch, play a period. Who me? Don't get it twisted, I'm a self-made entity. The mayor, South Dino, hip-hop district of 214. I'm top dollar, make dollar, other dollar, Mac dollars. Lone Star State, representer, playboy, the city of Dallas. Throw a heavy hitter, gifted gab, something serious. STTEPPCILD. Yeah, your boy got lyrics. MC in his truest form. Crush your crews, how they come. Solo Johnson's album drop constant, damn near done. So I agree to disagree with most of you cats exploiting and fucking up rap. The top of Texas, how you love that? Blackball like Connie Hawkins, but still I came. Metaphoric and a calico, it make them feel my pain. Cruising down the street in my Chevy big body. I'm up in Highland Hills, rolling through Paulding College. Stopped by the gym to shoot some. I saw this bopper named Tamika talking about top what it do. Another big body looking just like me. I took a second look, it's my boy Lil B. He rolled down the window, blowing smoke in my face. Said DUI, got a session at Clip Blue at 8.
Pay attention what the hood say. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker.
Aces and eights, stuck at the gate, playboy, I'm pushing this weight. Granted, no wins, I clean my slate. I serve these fiends, but I kept my faith. You a hustler, you got to sell more than dope. If you a killer, how the fuck do the living know? Bitch, I kill you, nigga, I steal. Your hair now won't feel. Let me flip out in this motherfucker, I'm blowing buildings. God is good all the time, life is beautiful, fuck dying. That means you hoe ass niggas, keep your bitch ass in line. Everything, everybody is stunned ain't for me. Fuck over top at 2 o'clock, you're dead 2:45. Remain calm, weather the storm, I was born to perform. Bitches pay me, make music pay me, I'll be more before I'm done. How you gon' bullshit the bullshit till you not, nigga? How you gon' get rich sitting on your ass getting high, nigga? Y'all keep that stun in New Orleans, can't do no front with my orders. I need cash for my goods, I'm blowing up shit just for starters. If I can see you, I can touch you, that's the ski low, the last man standing. That's how I planned it, for real though. Icon, underground Dallas, hip-hop, legendary status. You know me, Mr. should be that Dixon Circle / Spontan. Nigga, boys in my hood, they splitting the bar, sipping on bars. And keeping a bad bitch in the car. Knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day to scratch, play a period.
Payback the motherfucker, ain't
Beating, breathing, concentrating about fat tag. Say M.O.B. Your boy the bad and I'm trying to get head. I'm sick and I can't quit. That's why I dropped this remix. Ain't gon' pay who? Shit, y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. My own T. Jones say I'm thugged out. I'm posted up in South Dallas selling CDs out the drug house. I might be wrong, but I'm sold out. Cause I'm gon' get mine, and that's bottom line, ain't no doubt. Cause the boys in my hood stay splitting the guard, sipping on bar, and keeping a bad bitch in the car. Knowing nothing in life but to go out and get it, grind all day for scratch, play a period.
Make them clap to this. Make them clap to this. Make them clap to this.
watch this, boy. For real, 'cause he used to come by and lend me $1 here, 50 cents down. He was all right, you know. He would never let me 5, though, you know. He let me have them tools and fuels, you know. So I felt for the boy. I went over there talking to him. And he ignorant. Because I sit down and talk to him, and he don't let him get none of that powder in his nose. That's like trying to talk to a baboon bear. I talked to the boy 7 days and 7 nights. He was still on the same subject. Where can I get some more?
Next rhyme storyline's about a friend of mine. I guess we'll call him Lil Johnny this time. Now Lil Johnny lived a life of a hard knot, have not. Project born, raised by the dope spot. Now mama did what she could, but the grind was hard. The last thing he wanted to do was break the Jones heart. But in the process from growing up order a man, sometimes you lose just your reality, know what I'm saying? Now at the age of 13, Johnny saw his pop shot by a crooked cop while he was cutting school, posted on the block. So understand me when I tell you he done seen some things. Like we be popping it, baby, the Johnny Woods game. Raised in Dixon on that Trey 5-7 beat, where everything is real in the field, play for keeps. He watched them players roll bits and pimp player hits. He learned the game and saw it, baby, as good as it gets. Now mama begged him to quit, switch game, go legit. But he didn't feel it till she got sprung on that glass dick. Now trials and tribulations, dangerous, sad faces, dodging cases. He won't know walk away from the game, there's only one problem. He loved the paper, expensive lifestyle, shopping daily, living wild. Got homies he came up with from day one, they won't let him down. My daily paper chasing, living only for money making. But Section 8 project brawls, they got him aggravated. Dry season, they cut through homies, they're waiting, they all up on him. That 201 Hummer, he packed his gat up in his bummer. Having suicidal thoughts, hiding out up in funky town. Got killers head away by the pound, now can they get down? See drama, look confident, shit like misery, it's killer bee. Especially when you thought they your friends, but they're enemies. Johnny popped the cop, trying to take him for what he got. A stepchild be real on the block. Papoose, what you got? So what you got, baby? What you got? I tell y'all what. Say, man, make a block. Yeah.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening, man? I appreciate everybody hanging in, man. I see you, Wood. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I know you're listening to me, CEO, man. But say, you know, I'm talking about us communicating with our kids, trying to teach them. That's like one form of bonding as a family. What about if we start going back and teaching our kids how to fish, teaching them how to hunt? It's good one-on-one time, but it's also great life lessons. I want to make sure that I say that. Great life lessons. You teaching your son how to shoot a gun, how to load a gun, how to carry a gun, when to shoot a gun, and he's seeing what that gun does. Now, on the other side of it, you're teaching him how to harvest meat, what he eat, what you kill, so you don't just shoot something and then wound it and then just let it run off. It's rules to everything. So when you put structure in place, they learn this. It's the same way with if I teach him how to catch a fish, then he ain't got to buy fish all the time. You dig what I'm saying? I got partners that got a damn deep freezer full of catfish and crappies and shit. That's all they do. What about if we start doing some of that? Real talk. We got to get back in our kids' lives, man, and we got to start young. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years old, 8, 9, 10. By the time they 10 years old, they ought to be going hunting with you. Yeah, they should have their own little rifle, their own little tree stand. Yeah, you're supposed to teach them how to till up the ground, put their little feed down, put their feeders up, the whole nine. Teach them what deers to shoot, why they shoot this deer, why they can't shoot that deer, where to shoot the deer. If you hit him anywhere else, you're going to wound the deer. That's no-no. You got to take them out there behind the hunting house, the little hut, and put your little target out there on the wall and let him practice. Shoot a box or two up. He might not even see no deer when he up there because he moving too much, and they hear him and all that. But if he getting to shoot his little gun, you still teaching him stuff. And then when you kill, you're going to teach him how to clean it and all that, so he's still going to be right there. I'm talking about the lessons, the family time, the man bonding time. We don't have nothing that we do no more this man time. We got to split all our shit. Everything, the woman's in everything. You go to boxing, you go to wrestling, you go to football, you go to basketball, you go to commentating. We can't do nothing because they got to be in on everything. But they'll do an all-girls show quick. They'll do an all-girls movie quick. They'll do a fuck a nigga movie quick. We don't have nothing that we can just do, and it's okay that we doing us. We just doing us. We don't have that no more. We're going to have to get back to some form of leadership in our family lives, in our households, with our kids, with our spouses. And the best way to start, y'all, is spending time with your kids, investing your time in them, because somebody got to take care of your old ass. You're going to get old too. And right now, this generation ain't getting old. They dying off. So maybe we dig down and try to save the next ones. Because I believe this one is lost. I believe it's a lost cause, y'all. I call them Generation Death for a reason. It's too much just senseless, mindless, stupid ass shit going on, and they don't know no better. They say, well, damn, why he do that? If you don't put nothing in him, what we expect for him to know? The games he play on his Xbox and his PlayStation 5, his Call of Duty and all that bullshit and Grand Theft Auto and all, whatever it is. Yeah, what? We going to have to start talking to him. Unplug from that damn thing sometime. Hell, I got partners my age wanting to play the game all day. How the hell you got time to play a game, nigga, and you ain't made it? I got a pool table upstairs here. I don't even play on it because goddamn me, I'll be trying to get it. I got niggas my age sitting around playing on the damn PlayStation, playing on it. So we got to be mindful, and I mean that in more than one way. Yeah, I'm a smart ass. We got to be mindful as we move forward, y'all. Start talking to our kids, investing in our kids, putting the pride back in being black. I don't care who don't like it. We don't have no self-pride. We got to get the loyalty back. We got to start holding each other accountable for shit. Your word is your bond. If you tell a nigga something, that's what it is. What he gonna do? He can't eat you. The shit can't happen. Say, man, that ain't gonna work. I ain't got it this time. I'm gonna okay, talk to me. Don't get mad at me because you owe me. No, fuck that. We got to get back to being real with each other to where we can talk like that without somebody, man, I'm going to go get my gun. I'm going to kill this nigga. Damn. He just telling you how he feel. He don't sound soft enough for you. Maybe because that's a boy, Damien. That's a boy. We got to get back to doing man shit, man. We got to get back to taking our kids outside, and when you go put gas in the car, take them with you. Teach them how to pay for the gas, how to pump the gas, which gas is for what. When you're in the diesel, teach them that's diesel. You're going to put that in a diesel can. Once you put diesel gas in there, you can't put nothing else in it but diesel. But we got to teach them. Instead of just sending them out there in the world expecting for the world to treat them fair, and we know it, fuck fair. Life ain't fair. Fuck how somebody else treats you. We got to make a way. But I want to talk about these Cowboys, man. I know I just been rumbling and going on, but there's so much happening in the hood. I just think we need to, in order to get some kind of relief, man, we better start planting some seeds, man. If we want a garden, we better start planting some seeds because they done rooted up all this shit. But on the NFL, man, I'm going to get to the NFL. I'm going to start with Aaron Rodgers. Let me just say off the muscle, I think that's like one of the baddest motherfuckers I ever seen play quarterback. And before Patrick Mahomes, he was in my GOAT conversation. And people say, well, man, he ain't won but one championship. Well, it's a team sport. Dan Marino was a cold motherfucker, and he ain't never win shit. Jim Kelly, I can just keep naming people. Cold, I'm talking about cold-ass motherfuckers that didn't ever win shit. So the winning is a team thing. I'm talking about playing the position. say, man, I think Pittsburgh, if I'm Pittsburgh, not Aaron Rodgers, because I told you I think Aaron Rodgers that's a man. He played quarterback. See, people say he can't run. He don't have to run. He throw the ball. That's what quarterbacks do. And he throws it away. He beats the rush. He don't throw interceptions, and he's smart as a whip. You know what I mean? And then he sat on the bench for 3 or 4 years. So even though he's 40, he really like 36 in football years, time on the field. And then he had a couple of years in there of injuries that he'd have missed. But his arm is still live. That motherfucker's live, y'all. And if they got Pickens and then they got Metcalf, well, with them two receivers there, oh, they can make something happen. Then they drafted the running back, too, the boy out of Iowa, the Johnson kid. Say, man, they got action just that quick. But that's if he's the quarterback. Now, they drafted the boy out, I think, Ohio State. But he not going to come in and get down like Aaron Rodgers can get down, y'all. That son of a bitch got 4 MVPs. So it ain't like he ain't get down. You know, a bunch of good teams don't make it because, you know, normally the healthiest team is the team that won the championship or the team that's cheating, you know, just that point blank. Football is a game to where it after 17 games now and 4 playoff games, the team that's the healthiest, meaning they starting 22 on the first day of the year. How many of those guys are starting in the Super Bowl? You're starting 22 when everybody's healthy at the beginning of the year. I don't mean we waiting on him to come back. Everybody know who they starters are. Normally the healthiest team win the Super Bowl. Now, sometimes, you know, we have some calls and some shit like that, but that's sports, you know. And sports is always going to be some calls. You can say, man, if he had done this and da-da-da-da, if he had done that, no doubt. So, but if I'm Pittsburgh, I tell Aaron Rodgers to fuck himself. I ain't going to wait on you this long. I'm just not. If I'm Pittsburgh. But Tomlin, you know, he play to win. He don't just play. Why do you play the game? You play to win the game. Yeah, Tomlin one of them. He ain't just playing. He gonna tell you what it is. He gonna cover for you as long as you do what you need to do. He got you. Ask Antonio Brown. That nigga didn't just go crazy. He been crazy. Some bitch been crazy. But they drafted him, developed him, brought him in, made him a star, and as soon as he got out of line, your ass is out of here. Tomlin plays to win, y'all. So if he get his hands on Aaron Rodgers, I believe it's going to be a shift. It's going to be a major shift, but that's just my opinion of them. Now, I'm going to talk about the Cowboys. We had a decent draft, I guess. You know what I mean? We got 3 players that I think going to start. We needed at least 5. We had 10 picks, so we needed to bat 50-50. You know, if 5 of them can start for us, then we didn't do nothing in free agency, so that creates a whole nother hole. See, most teams shop in free agency, then when they go to the draft, they done fill 5 to 8 holes. We don't do that. You know, this the mom and pop Jerry Jones stole, so I thought we needed at least 5 starters out of this draft, and I think we got 3 shown off. But now, when they going to start, they not going to be starters on day one. That's just not how we work around here. Now, maybe Schottenheimer going to do something different. But the kid, the 3rd round pick, I'm going to start with him out of Eastern Carolina, the cornerback. Reveal. I believe that it's going to be, they say he ready now. He'll be ready for training camp, but it'll probably be about week 4. You know, he come from a smaller division, too. He got the height, the length, and the speed, and the athleticism. If he come back fully from the little ACL, he's 24, so he's older to play the position. But he's long, he's lengthy. He's about 6'2", maybe 210 pounds. He run 4.4, so all that's good. All that's good. But the level of competition that he was shutting down, looking so good doing, was McNeese State, Tennessee Chattanooga. You dig what I'm saying? He wasn't playing no dogs. And yeah, everybody you gonna play against somebody good every once in a while, but I'm talking about he was getting dominant round one consideration and talk before he hurt his knee. So they thought he was a boy. You know, that means he can play. So if he come back healthy and Diggs come back healthy and we got Bland, people say, well, they going to let Diggs go. I think they going to put Bland in the corner and we going to have two shutdown corners on the outside. Now, that's what I see as far as trying to put a championship rear end behind us. I believe the safety Wilson ass is out of here. I believe that ass is out of here. But we'll see. I believe he's playing for his goddamn career right now because his coverage skills are so bad that we can only use him for the run. And he plays safety. You got to be able to do both. But he's not an on-the-line safety because he's a smaller body cat. But, you know, he ain't scared of no contact. He'll knock your dick in the dirt. But if you catch him with a seam route, put him on a tight end across him, he going to miss it every time. Or at least he did last year. And that just looked at, and they just gave him like 2 or 3 years. So that was the second year of a 3-year deal. So, or this is the second year of the 3-year deal. So if he don't do nothing this year, and I mean early, he might not make the team. He might not. And I'm saying that cup half full, half empty. He might not make the team, y'all. Now, right quick, NBA trades, man, people talking about move, KD, the Greek freak. They talking about jumping ship, man. Them boys talking about, say, man, let's make this happen. And we traded Luka. Damn. You telling me we could have got the Greek freak? Damn. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like Miko now. KD, he's an older cat, but his age really don't matter with his game because he's not an athletic player. He's a skillful player. You know, he's 7 foot with a jump shot from hell. Choom, choom, choom. Nothing but net. So, and if he can stay healthy, he's such a weirdo, though. I don't know. He come from the University of Texas. He from Washington, but still, he's just weird in the head to me. I don't understand how you can have $200 or $300 million and won't get your hair right. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. But then all of the youngsters are like that nowadays. They don't believe in combing their hair. So I grew up where, you know, we looked forward to going to the barber shops. You know what I mean? Getting a tape and a fade and getting your hair cut. And my uncles, we had braids and shit too, but it was just how we did our thing. Now nobody wants to comb their hair. Everybody just let the shit grow. Just like they growing dreads and they not Rasta. They not Jamaican. They don't know about Ja Rastafari. Most of them couldn't tell you who Bob Marley is or the struggles of Jamaica. You know what I mean? But those are things that we take for granted. More black history that we should discuss. This been the end of my show, man. It's been a beautiful night, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, man. I want y'all to stay blessed, man, because, you know, Jesus got me spoiled, and I'm highly favored now. I'm learning to be a George boy. Nostalgic Radio, we making moves, you know, and God been blessing us, so we want to keep our head down, stay humble. We got Real Talk with Jason Dixon on Monday nights from 7 to 9. He let me co-host sometime. I ride shotgun and say, man, he bring in a whole nother point of view about shit to where conversations need to be had, y'all. Not just about one thing. You know, we so far behind, you could pick a multitude of things that needs to be discussed. And this radio station, we got so many shows coming on and so many stuff we doing on Wednesday night. We got Christine with a K, you know what I'm saying? Then, and another show on Why She On. Then on Thursday night, you got Street Made Radio. And then on Saturdays, you got my boy Woody Wood, you know what I'm saying, the Southern Cheetah. I mean, then you got, you know, K-Son. Say, man, we got so much shit jumping off. And I done missed about 5 or 6 of them. I mean, it's just so much. Y'all can hear different point of views. And some real shit, though. You know, it's going to be some real conversation. And it ain't going to be from how I see it. It's going to be from different points of views. conversations have to be had if we want to rectify what's going on with our people, man. I'll see y'all next Tuesday, man, at 7 o'clock. I'll come back and fuck with me. Mr. 214-21 Joe. Yeah, sir.
Make a block. Make a block, man. Yeah. All right, brother. Records.
Yo, what's up, Dollar Man? What's up, man? Want you let your crew know what's going on down there in the 214, you know what I'm saying? Everybody been coming out with their stuff, you know what I'm talking about? We